Chapter 1: Wisdom of Wealth and Poverty. A man of dream is someone who wants to influence his nation's society or the world and not just his family, the one who changes imaginary dream into reality. Having a lot of money and a chain of properties everyone knows is what is referred to as wealth. The richness of a man or nation does not need to be communicated in word, but the state of mind or activities describes it. Wealth is the value a man has that entices all things to him. The richness makes him valuable to himself, people, and his environment, which makes him add value to lives in general. Wealth emanates from different sources or investment, which includes industry, commerce, or service. The value of wealth. Investment is like a tree planted to grow in order to bring out fruits from season to season for the benefit of a farmer. The tree planted does not only fetch fruits for the farmer, but performs other unimaginalized benefits like shade during the day, leaves for medicine, a meeting point to relax for everybody, and increase the ventilation in the environment, which are not the primary objectives of the farmer. Therefore, it isn't only the farmer, but it includes everybody and the environment that would benefit from the matured plant. Investment in this regard is like planning ahead for the future comfort of oneself, family, and the public. For a person to have wealth, there must be an investment because the investment will result in having a lot of money and properties that would make man valuable to people and his society at large. Even God, the creator of all creatures, has made provision for humans before we were created. The sky has been conditioned with rainwater, sunlight, and others to nourish the earth. The earth, which is endowed with food crops, cash crops, animals, and numerous mineral resources, are all for human satisfaction even before we were created. Hence, the best of man is the one who emulates God in this direction. Wealth is wisdom. It doesn't fall upon someone without the knowledge to plant and grow it. It is a lesson that should be learned by all and sundry, but many of us take it with levity. We think wealth just sticks to whom it wishes. No, money sticks as a shell to those who know the rules of wealth or investment. Someone who desires to become rich must learn, understand, and seek a means of extracting from other inhabitants in his society, nation, and the world at large. Extraction of money from the society may be positive or negative. Positive extraction is a means of growing wealth through legal economic activities. Economic activities are tradable, involving the exchange of goods or services between two or more parties. The unlawful means of growing or owning wealth, such as fraudulent practices, robbery, and all forms of other dubious methods, are negative extraction. The best form to plant and grow wealth is through positive extraction. Poverty as the greatest enemy. The lack or insufficient money and properties delude the shortcoming of a man, or poverty. Poverty makes man incapable of achieving his desired dream, useless and unworthy to himself. Man becomes irrelevant to his society, unattractive, dependent, and unwelcoming to the people around him due to lack of money. It deprives man of the ability, honor, and privilege to influence his society. The inability of a person to plant and grow crops increases his level of poverty, which may eventually lead him to involve in illegal economic activities to survive. The lack of money, as it is often said, is the root of all evil. Yes, when a group of people lacks money, they are easily pushed around to do what they hate most in life, such as assassination and robbery in name of survival. They participated in these dubious means, hoping to get rich overnight. Poverty makes a man lose his esteem, integrity, and godliness if he desires to become rich overnight without earning it. Man must plant to be rich, and the seed planted will not grow in a day. It germinates gradually. Richness is believed by some people as a treasure that can never become history in their family. They view richness as an inheritance transferred from generation to generation, mainly amidst the noble ones. No, richness may be acquired by anyone who desires it. It is the desirable efforts of man that determine wealth. The poor should know that the rich sustain their wealth because of their desire to have wealth at all times in their possession. Poverty should be rejected, and wealth should be embraced by anyone who's ready to become a man of dreams. A man of dreams is someone who wants to influence his environment, the world, or the society, and not just his family. The one who changes an imaginary dream to one that needs to be reality. It may be very tough at the beginning, but one needs to bear in mind that a man who desires the honey flowing in the rock should not be discouraged by the edge of an axe. Someone who is allergic to poverty will always use his sense to gather wealth. To gather wealth, you must invest in business activities that would enable you to provide for all your wants. You must bear in mind that the first step to become rich is the interest you have for wealth. To be successful, one must have determination to achieve set objectives. As we all know, poverty is our greatest enemy, so deviate from an attitude that makes you stagnant. Drive to having wealth. The interest, the determination, and the desire to be the man of dream will act as a drive which stimulates man to ensure the achievement of his dream. Having the interest next is to devise a source through which the money comes in, an investment. For richness to be attained, a man must have a source of income from which he exchange what he has for money from others in the society. The source of income is either selling goods or rendering services to society. The economic activities engaged by you or business invested should be what you have adequate knowledge of, because appropriate knowledge would make you unique and therefore will increase demand for your product or service. The products sold or activities rendered should be your portfolio for extracting money from people in the society. Man's level of richness is determined by his ability to expand the business in order to make more money. Anyone who utilizes the opportunities which come his way will forever embrace wealth and reject poverty throughout his lifetime. To extract money from others in the society, it must be planted because money grows like grass for people who know how to plant and nurture it. Lesson to learn from wealth and poverty. Every individual should neglect the habit which results in his financial dependence on friends, organizations, and even the society at large. The lack of money will always bring about this. People need to seriously embed among themselves the path to create a healthy standard of living, financial stability, and debt discouragement in order to be liberated from financial stagnancy for their personal comfort. Sorry to say, the poor are commonly found in the category of habits that limit their dreams, such as gambling and even drinking. All these habits would make them financially incapacitated from becoming wealthy. For example, drinking of alcohol, as commonly done by people excessively, is a lack of wisdom among the low-income earners of the society. If one reasoned deeply, you will realize that the amount wasted on a daily basis for drinking at the club is foolishness. If it was saved or invested in a particular business, it would amount into a substantial sum or yield returns that would improve one's standard of living. Remember, leisure should come after you're sure of having your own stream of wealth. Do not spend excessively on recreation when you are still struggling to build multiple incomes for yourself. Conclusively, a wealthy person who has planted, nurtured, and built for him or herself stable income with wisdom possessed for the acquisition of wealth would be financially buoyant to live comfortably. He or she is free from incessant debts. Even if he borrows, he did so to expand his investment, income, or business, not for immediate satisfaction like the poor do. Wealth makes man have virtually all good things in life, such as time for recreation, good food, and sound health, and most importantly, gives one the reasons to keep breathing on earth.